Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Introduce me, Octavia Hardianti. Today, the affirmative team will argue that this house believes that abortion is murder. First, I will define what an abortion is. Abortion is a medical procedure performed to end a pregnancy by expelling a fetus from the womb before the fetus has the ability to survive outside the womb, causing the fetus to die. In Indonesia, abortion is no longer a taboo matter. In fact, there are many teenage incidents of abortion that are usually caused by pregnancy outside marriage. Pregnant women are the biggest victim. These face a high risk of death. The result of the Center of Population and Policy Studies (PSKK) of Gadjah Mada University with the National Population and Family Planning Agency (BKKBN) last October saw 58% of young women who become pregnant out of wedlock attempted to abort their abortion, aka choosing to have an abortion. In fact, not only teenagers who carry out this abortion, housewives also have an abortion on the ground of leakage of contraceptive and other reasons. Where in Indonesia, abortion law is regulated in Law Number 36 of 2009 concerning health and government regulation number 60 of 2014 concerning reproductive health. And abortion is also declared a criminal offense in Article 251, 460, and 461. All parties relate to this practice of abortion, both women who abort their wombs, other parties who order to doctor will be subject to sanction of imprisonment with various detailed provisions. The law and criminal acts state that abortion in Indonesia is not permitted, with the exception of medical emergencies that threaten the life of the mother or fetus as well as for a victim. So, it's not just anyone can do an abortion. If a person who does not meet the condition allowed to have an abortion, as described in the article above, then that person is considered to have committed a crime. This act of abortion is very appropriate in the discussion of cons in Indonesia. I will debate some of the reasons for this abortion. The first, because in terms of religion, the act of abortion means the same as the action of taking one's life, let alone a fetus who is still holy. Many verses state that the fetus in the womb is very noble. No religion is allowed to commit murder. In fact, the punishment of the last day is very strict for those who commit murder are very heavy. The second reason, there are so many risks caused by medical abortion. Whether it's short-term or long-term risks, example of short-term risks are uterine tear, uterine perforation, uterine leakage, uterine bleeding that does not stop. There are still parts of the baby left in the uterus, pain in the genital to the waist, and can even damage other organs. While example of the long-term risk of miscarriage in subsequent pregnancies, breast of cancer, cervical cancer, cannot get pregnant again, because there are parts of the uterus that have been infected, premature birth in subsequent pregnancies, inflammation in the pelvis, and can even cause death. Things as explained above are also found in this book, Facts of Life, written by Brian Klaus. The third reason, no less dangerous or impact from the medical side as for the psychological side, which is known in the world of psychology as post-abortion syndrome or PAS. These symptoms are not in psychological reaction report after abortion in the publication of the Post-Abortion Review. Basically, a woman who has an abortion will experience things like losing self-esteem, screaming hysterically, nightmare many times about babies, wanting to commit suicide, starting to try using drugs, not being able to enjoy sexual relation anymore, and filled with feeling of guilt that didn't disappear for years in his life. The last reason, in terms of humanity, if the prospective unborn baby is aborted, doesn't that violate human rights? Where in human rights it is written that all humans have the right to life. Everyone knows that in the form of a blood clot or embryo or fetus will later become human. It means that the fetus has the right to live as a human being. Then how can a mother have the heart to express her own baby? Doesn't that mean the mother does not have compassion and humanity toward her future child? In a sense, abortion can be cited to be a criminal offense because it violates a person's right to life, although it is still in the form of a fetus, and very many side effects can be received after having an abortion. That is all my opinion about this house. Believe that abortion is murder. I will finish it here. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce me, Rini Puspitasari. Okay. Before we present our argument, the negative team will oppose the definition given by the affirmative speaker or officiants profess that this host believes abortion is murder must be definite that abortion only has a negative effect a number of ways. We argue that this definition is unrealistic and only definition the topic that abortion only has a greater negative impact than a positive one. Well, I will start to define what abortion is. Abortion seems to be a negative word from society which is general synonyms with illegal organization, whose the definition of abortion is termination of pregnancy before the fetus is 12 weeks old because the fetus cannot medically survive outside the womb. Conversely, if the termination of the uterus when the fetus is over 12 weeks old, then this is a fatal killing in practice. The first speaker for affirmation put forward the argument that abortion only has a negative impact once you do it. While our team has do the abortion is dangerous, but abortion can be done if the pregnancy can anger the mother and fetus, then the obstetrics may be aborted. In addition, the amount of population density, especially in Indonesia, which is recorded is the thinly populated country now far in the world, and also if the population density gets lower, automatically poverty will also decrease. Basically, everyone is prohibited from having an abortion. So what is referred to in Article 75 paragraph of Law No. 13 36 of 2009 concerning health indication of medical emergency detected from a early act of pregnancy but thus the threaten the lives of mother and or fetus who suffer from severe genetic disease and or congenital defects or which cannot be reversed, making it difficult for the baby to live outside the womb. So we assume that the act of abortion is legitimate because this is done based on the consent of the person concerned or from the family, so that there is no element of concession in it, and a baby does not have to be born into the world under unwetted circumstances. Moreover, if the prospective mother is still under age, whose mental and revolution is not yet fully mature, it's better to have an abortion image if abortion was legalized in Indonesia. There will be a lot of deaths, especially female victims. Women who are pregnant affirmed are the biggest victim of illegal products that are not in their favor. When safe and illegal abortion options are not available, the only way is to go to illegal abortion practice. The stakes are big with medical staff who are SAMUS and men that mostly do not meet the standards. Thus, women face a high enough risk of death. Based on the satirical statement uttered by Samsra, if the preparator of the pregnancy called escape and fits freely why disease had the female victim must be or here fine just because the illegal umbrella is not yet perfect. That is all my opinions about abortion is mother. I will stop this until here. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Detected from a early act of pregnancy but thus the threaten the lives of mother and or fetus who suffer from severe genetic disease and or congenital defects or which cannot be reversed, making it difficult for the baby to live outside the womb. So we assume that the act of abortion is legitimate because this is done based on the consent of the person concerned or from the family, so that there is no element of concession in it, and a baby does not have to be born into the world under unwetted circumstances. Moreover, if the prospective mother is still under age, whose mental and revolution is not yet fully mature, it's better to have an abortion image if abortion was legalized in Indonesia. There will be a lot of deaths, especially female victims. Women who are pregnant affirmed are the biggest victim of illegal products that are not in their favor. When safe and illegal abortion options are not available, the only way is to go to illegal abortion practice. The stakes are big with medical staff who are SAMUS and men that mostly do not meet the standards. Thus, women face a high enough risk of death. Based on the satirical statement uttered by Samsra, if the preparator of the pregnancy called escape and fits freely Why disease had the final victim must be or here fine just because the illegal umbrella is not yet perfect. That is all my opinions about abortion is mother. I will stop speech until here. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.